Hello viewers, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Emeka, the Chief Priest. On this channel, I discuss spiritual tips and I help people live a spiritual active life. Today, I want to treat a very delicate topic, and this topic is concerning how to keep yourself. This topic is about how to protect yourself from spiritual danger. Hmm? As the year is winding up, this is the first day of the month of September 2023. As the year is running up, many people are going to be coming back home. Like here in Africa and specifically in Nigeria, so many villages will be celebrating their New Yam Festival. So this means that a lot of people are going to go back home to ensure that this celebration takes place. So, and because of this celebration, a lot of things are going to happen. So, how to protect yourself from spiritual danger is the topic for today. Why am I sounding this as a note of warning? Most people take spiritual things for granted. But when things happen, when it happens, the people will start running helter-skelter, looking for solution. And it's not everything that you can pray for and it works. Some are the things that you never planned for that eventually happen to you. As long as you are crossing paths with people, as long as you're going to cross paths with people. So why do I sound this as a note of warning? That we all have to be careful. Be careful how you go about your life. Life is survival of the fittest. Life is about the toughest. Life is not about the luckiest. Life is about the toughest. It's only the strongest and the toughest that can survive this life. So even if you feel like you've moved from the jungle days, the days when man was found in the jungle, and man left the jungle and became a habitat in the savannah, that doesn't mean that danger is far. Danger is actually there to keep you busy. Danger is actually there to keep you warmed up or to keep you aware of your surroundings. So how do you protect yourself from this spiritual danger? That's the topic today. Spiritual danger is about a kind of exposure that happens, is a daily occurrence. And now how does it happen? A lot of people, out of jealousy, out of anger, out of their kind of reasoning, they are always projecting negativity towards their fellow human being. And it happens on a regular basis. So if you're not careful enough, most people are going to test you and they're going to try their powers on you to see whether it is working or not. So you have to be very extremely careful as you go about this Ember month. Here in Africa, in any other parts of the world, it is not an issue because of the way the environment there was planned. But here in Africa, it is always the survival of the fittest. That if you're not careful enough, the leg that you use in going out, you might not use that leg to come back. One, we have to be careful. There are four types of power. There are four types of power that human being operates with on this gross material, this planet Earth. There are four types of power. The first one is physical power. You all know that the reason why we eat, we ingest food on a daily basis is for us to have physical power and strength in order for us to carry our daily activities. After physical power, we now have political power. So many of you know that whenever there is a political power can lead to political power struggle. And when there's a power struggle, it means that it's like two elephants that are fighting, the grass suffers it a lot. So when there's a political power, there may be shifts in the economy. or economic arrangement. There will be shift in the economic arrangement that a lot of people might not be having things that they are supposed to have. Some people might not get rich to whatever they are aspiring to have because of that political struggle. Just like we have in some African countries right now, there's some kind of political power struggle between the military and civilian rule of those countries. So there's political power. After personal power, you have political power. After political power, you have occultic power. The occultic power is what people acquire. People go extra miles or extra means of acquiring this power in order to subjugate, in order to suppress, in order to put others on hold, in order for them to use it to show that they are very powerful. Occultic power is gotten from occultic means. Occultic power is gotten from those that practice. How do you know these occultic people? These occultic people, from the way they behave, you will know that these people are not normal. They dwell on ritual killing. Some of them drink human blood to fortify themselves. Some of them swallow some kind of things that an ordinary person cannot do. Some even swallow a live toad or a live frog or a live animal or reptile in order for them to be powerful. Some can be asked to kill a virgin person or a child or whoever to use it to fortify their powers. Some can work with dangerous dibias to acquire dangerous charms to fortify themselves, and they most of them operate. When you see them or when you come across them, you know that this person is actually a negative, is a bad person. This person is occultic. So that is how you know occultic powers. And unfortunately, a lot of them are found in the church. The same church that you are going to get salvation, they go there, they use this means because these are where you get weaker people that have weaker strength, so that you can use it to hypnotize or um, or to coerce them into joining a cause. But at the end of the day, they are going to part with their money because that's their major plan, is to part with those people's money. So occultic power is real. Majority of our politicians work with occultic powers because they don't want someone to push them out of their political seats, right? So the last one is spiritual power. And this spiritual power is the most difficult, power to acquire, because spiritual power is not something that comes by mere wishful thinking, and it's not something that you get by concoction or by something that you planned. Spiritual power is by having discipline, by cultivating a spiritual practice, doing your spiritual exercise or exercises. That is what make your spiritual power to come alive. Some people say what they don't understand what spiritual power is. Spiritual power is that as long as you are a human being, that you breathe, that you have the spark of life in you, definitely spiritual power exists in you. But the problem is the activation. There's something we call consciousness of man. That consciousness of man is that life, that breath of life in you. That when you activate and elevate your consciousness, your spiritual power will be enhanced. Once your spiritual power is enhanced, you can command things to happen, it will happen. And it may look like the occultic power, but it's not, because this is natural, it's original. That's the reason why human being was brought to this world. Human being was brought in order for him to grow from his physical power to his spiritual power, so that he can use spiritual power to communicate, with the ethereal realm, the spiritual realm. That is how it is done. So back to the topic, how you can escape from spiritual danger. one has to be very, very careful. Hmm? Most occultic people, like I said earlier, most occultic people may want to put you in danger, spiritual danger. And if you want to, if you are not spiritually strong, if you are not spiritually buoyant, and you engage with an occultic person, he will weigh you down because that power is bigger than yours. So, like I mentioned it, we have um, physical power, which you exert strength. We have physical power. We have um, we have political power. Then we have occultic power. Then the lastly will be spiritual power. So the political power, most politicians, apart from politicians, the other people around may want to try you. So as they are coming around, the way you shake people's hands, you have to be extremely careful. I'll do a part two because this video is long. I'll do a part two on this. You have to be extremely careful how you go about your daily activities so that you don't expose yourself to spiritual danger. Yagazie.